Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Ben. I'm continuing on with my squat series. I'm going to show you another stretch that's going to help you open up your hips so that you can get a little bit wider stance and get a little bit deeper on your squats. This is going to be, I'm down on the floor because it's going to be more of a floor stretch than the previous hamstring stretch that I showed. You need to have a little bit of room. I'm a little cramped here, but it works. Depending on your flexibility level, you'll need more room. If you're more flexible, you'll be able to get away with a little bit less if you're less flexible. This is going to help to open up your hips, and it's a pretty simple stretch. We'll start it off really simple, and I'll show you ways you can make it a little bit more challenging to get a better stretch. So I start down here on my knees, and then you're just going to take, I'm going to go right leg first. You can do whichever side you like. I go right first because my right leg's tighter and it lets me focus a little bit more on my right leg. So come up to your knees, step out with one foot, start with your foot closer towards your knee, and as you figure out your flexibility, then you can go further forward or closer back, depending on what works for you best. I like a little bit further out. I'm fairly flexible this way, so this works for me. What I like to do is you're going to slowly shift your hips forward to put your weight over your front foot. If you don't have the flexibility, if you're finding that your back is arching a whole bunch like this as you shift your weight forward, then you don't have the flexibility you need to go that far apart. So bring your foot back. So I come out, I'm about 3 foot from my front foot to my knee. That's what was pretty comfortable for me. Shift your weight forward onto your foot. You can rest your elbow here. If you're already getting a stretch, this is a good place to hang out. You can just hang out here. This isn't going to stretch the inside of your thigh quite as much as what I'm going to show next, but you'll still get a decent stretch this way. What I do is I bring my elbow down the side of my leg. You can put one hand down here on the ground for support if you need to. If you don't, then don't. I like to just because this is a stretch, not a workout. And then try and get your hand and your elbow all the way to the ground. And this is going to stretch the muscles on the back and the inside of your hip. Once you get into this position, you can hang out here for a while. Okay, I'll show it from all the angles so you can see what it looks like. And from the last angle. So you'll notice that I'm trying to keep my spine fairly straight. If you're in this position, you've extended beyond your flexibility. Come back up so you're straight. If this is all you got, then this is all you got. If this is all you got, then that's all you got. Don't force it. You're not going to make progress by forcing. You're going to get frustrated and you're risking injury. Find some place that's comfortable to spend a little bit of time in and stay there. If this is really uncomfortable for you, one, you're not going to want to do the stretch, and two, you're not getting any more benefit than the more comfortable position. So if that's still pretty easy for you, if you're pretty flexible that way, there's a few things you can do besides just setting your feet further apart to get a better stretch. So the first one is once you get down into this position and you've got your chest down low, you can reach over with your inside hand, the same side as your knee, and push your leg away from you. This is going to create a more intense stretch. Okay, when you do this, bear in mind that you don't want your foot to roll over because then you're not really stretching things the way you should. Keep your foot flat on the ground and then stretch over. Just like before, don't go further than is a reasonable stretch. You shouldn't be in pain. You shouldn't be in cold sweats. Things shouldn't be quivering. This is just basic stretching. Another way you can get more stretch is to simply, if your elbow's here and you're not getting a good stretch, you can keep bringing your chest down and that'll give you more stretch. So those are two simple ways that you can increase the stretch. Just like before, you can do short stretches for multiple repetitions, or you can do a long stretch for an extended length of time that will give you very similar benefits to the short stretches done multiple times. I vary. I do a little of both. It depends on what kind of mood I'm in, what I'm doing. I like to do stretches like this while I watch TV, or sometimes, depending on the stretch, if I'm playing video games or something like that, I can function stack and get a couple things done at the same time. Again, be mindful of your room. This is about the absolute minimum space that I need to do this. This way's okay, but I got to change so you guys can see what I'm doing here. Like, share, subscribe. If you have questions, hit me up in the comments. I hope this helps you guys out. Thanks.